Hello. I'm gonna try this number 4. This is my boy Cash, and we're gonna talk about baseball, I guess. Tell me about baseball and what you fell in love with baseball when we moved down here to West Texas. Tell me some things.
Well, I was when I started playing baseball, that's when I started watching baseball
Mm-hmm.
and just liking baseball more.
Okay.
Until we moved down here and I joined the baseball team.
Tell me about joining. What baseball team are you on?
The Young Guns.
The Young Guns. Okay. Tell me about how you found them. That's one of my favorites.
I was at school
Mm-hmm.
and I became friends with Jordan.
Yeah.
Ramos. And then we started talking and he asked me what sport I play. I said baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He said that I should try out for his baseball team. So he gave me the date to try out, and I went, and I made the team.
So, just a fun tidbit on the parent side of that. I think it felt like we'd been here for like 5 minutes. It was like Cash's like third, maybe fourth day of school, and he came home, looked at Kylie and said, my very best friend at school told me that I should come and try out for their baseball team, and his dad's the assistant coach, and here's a phone number. And Kylie looked at me and was like, what the hell? And we, unfortunately, just because we were so new, at first we were like, I don't know if we even fully believed him. And then she phoned this number, and I can't remember, it was Felipe's number. So yeah, Kylie phoned Felipe, and just someone answered, hello, hi, I am Cash's mom. Oh, is he gonna come to tryouts? And Kylie looked at me and said, yeah, I guess so. Here we go. And he went and tried out. The teams changed a couple of times, but how many years have you been playing with them now?
3.
3 years. Pretty cool. We came from a northern Alberta town originally, and if you looked at kind of the dynamic of everybody up there, baseball isn't the norm, and it's kind of tough to find a decent competitive baseball up there. We weren't sure where to go, and we wound up getting very lucky at the end of COVID. I think it was, right?
Yeah.
We stumbled into a tryout sort of league thing that got put on at the county sportsplex, and he wound up, well, he was nervous at first. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We did.
I didn't want to try out.
Yeah, so he got asked to try out at the end of this. It was like a 2-month or a 3-month thing. That was kind of right around the same time as me starting my 1 mile a day journey. And I said that I would come and I would walk or jog the track for every minute that he was doing his baseball deal. Do you remember what we agreed upon at the end of that tryout? No? Well, he came home, he said, I don't think I want to go to the last day because it was tryouts. Do you remember why he said that?
Because I was scared of not making the team.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't want to go and try out because I'm scared I'm not going to make the team. And we didn't want to push him too much. Kylie and I just kind of said, but what if you do make the team? And so we just he looked at it that way and hummed and hawed, and he went and just had some fun. And what ended up happening?
I made the team.
Made the team. And we got to travel around with, was it U10?
U11.
It was U11? U11, AA Reds, and craziest thing happened at the end of that season. We were down here already. We had moved, and he wound up. What happened?
I won the Most Improved Player award.
So you kind of gained some confidence as you played some baseball, hey?
Yeah.
So then now we're jumping back to the Young Guns. Have you what have you learned about you or about baseball or a little bit of both since you've been now playing with the Guns?
I mean, when I first joined them, now looking back at it, I could tell that I wasn't that good. But I've just kept on getting better and better over the years.
That's pretty good. That's normal, I think, for just practice. Practice. You guys practice a lot, generally speaking. What of your dad and your mom were not baseball people? Was it hard to join a baseball team when your dad was a kind of a hockey guy and then started running and your mom was a taekwondo lady? Was it tough to be a part of baseball, or did you find it pretty easy for everything to transition into baseball?
I mean, it was pretty easy. Like when I joined the Young Guns,
Or the Reds, either way. Was it
it was
hard to be excited about baseball knowing that we didn't know much about baseball?
not really. I was still excited because I was the one playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it would be a little bit hard because you guys didn't know.
Didn't know the rules or anything?
Yeah, you guys didn't really know anything about baseball.
No.
But
That's fair. What's been your favorite memory or favorite thing about baseball since you've been a part of the Young Guns? Is there a favorite thing or maybe a top three?
I like when we win championships. That's fun.
That's fun.
Then we have a big party after. We go eat somewhere.
We for sure did that last time. So my sister came down to visit us a couple weeks ago, and the Young Guns partook in a crazy tournament down on the border in El Paso, Texas, and the ball diamonds were literally here, and it just felt like right there you could touch it and you could see the wall. You could see the border of El Paso and Juarez, Mexico. El Paso, Texas. There's literally the border separates that city. That city, technically, if there wasn't Texas and Mexico border there, that would be the biggest city I think I've ever been in. If that border wasn't there, so we went down and we were right on the edge of Texas and Mexico, and we played a tournament, and Coach Bobby and Coach Catlin hyped these boys up pretty good. Because we went 1-1 on the Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
We got
Butts kicked on the first
on
game.
the first game. Yeah, they got spanked pretty good, bare bottom style. And then they picked their socks up and they picked their lips up, and no more pouting, and come through and played a pretty good game of baseball on game 2, which fired everybody up and got us some momentum going into the second day. I remember Coach Bobby firing the boys up. Catlin said, "I want to be here all day. I want to be exhausted and tired for work tomorrow because we are getting some hardware." And Coach Bobby grabbed the boys just before they kind of knelt down for a quick prayer before the game started and said, "Look, this is your guys' game to lose. I want you guys to get on the gas, start kicking some ass, and don't let up." And whatever, it resonated like wild. And these boys played some wild, good baseball. And we wound up playing the team that beat the brakes off of these boys in the championship. And did you enjoy the game, or was it hard?
It was hard because we were up in the first inning because we scored a bunch in the first inning. We were hitting real good. And then we started walking a lot of people. They kept on getting hits. And they were talking smack. Then they got the lead. And then...
No, we never let up the lead. Did we?
Yeah, because we were at 6. And then they got up. And then we ended up getting that double play at the end.
Right.
So we went to go hit. And there were...
Oh, that's right.
There
Bobby
were bases loaded.
That's right.
And then I went up. And we were down by...
2. 3?
No, we were down by 1.
Oh, okay.
It was 8-7. And then I got... Or no, it was 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the single up the middle. they
Pushed
scored
in.
Cruz and I think Linden.
Mhm.
So then we were up 10.
That's
Like,
right.
We were up 10-9,
I
and
was-
then Will got thrown out.
That's right. I was a scorekeeper, and Bobby and Catlin misunderstood me. They said, "What's the score?" And that's right. I said it was 9-8 or 7-6, whatever it was. And they said, "We're still good, boys. We're still good." So they wound up keeping their heads up, and they wound up getting out of the inning, and finally getting the 3 outs. And they come back to the dugout, and they all looked at the iPad that is linked to my phone while I'm doing the scorekeeping, and they looked at me and said, "I thought you said we were up." And I said, "No, I just told you the score." And Catlin and Bobby were like, "Holy, well, we are down, boys. We got to get on the sticks." And they put up or shut up, basically. It was fun to watch, and they wound up getting. You guys won a bat.
Yeah, we won a new Hi-Fire 31 drop 5.
A new team bat, and they got some big, huge rings. It looks like, from where I'm from, it reminds me of the Stanley Cup ring or the Super Bowl ring. Obviously, they get them for Major League Baseball when they win the pennant too. World Series ring. It's like this big.
I can go get it real quick.
No, well, you can if you want, and then we can show everybody. Be quick, and then I'm gonna ask you some other questions. Yeah, so we won, and that was. I'm used to hockey and being chippy, and it's physical, and you're kind of throwing the body around and stuff like that. And so, in the same aspect, that was the chippiest game of baseball I've ever seen. But chippy is in like chirpy.
So big old ring. Diamonds on the side.
It was pretty fun. Everyone played. Both teams played good baseball. They were a little bit trash talky, that other team, and the umpires let the boys play baseball on both sides and let them be chirpy and the whole bit. And so it was good. It was fun to watch the boys. Basically, they got told this is the bottom side of baseball when you get chippy and chirpy, and then some of the other tournaments we played in, the umpires try to curb that so you're not screaming and the pitchers wind up and stuff like that. But it's all part of the game. Umpires were good enough. They let the boys just play baseball, but the young guns came out on top. And then the coaches were like, "What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go for team supper, team bonding at the end of the game?" So it was pretty good. Where did we go?
Went to Hooters.
So, boys went to Hooters afterwards, had some wings and burgers, and spent money on the punching machine, and it was good. It was so much fun. We got to go to see a El Paso sunset. We found a lookout. One of our the other team moms said, "There's this lookout," and pinned it for us and said, "This is where you got to go if you want to see the best sunset ever." And it was fantastic. And you got to see over El Paso and Juarez, as far as you could see, houses, and then the sun dropped over the mountain. It was beautiful. So yeah, that's been baseball in West Texas since we've moved down here, and this young man's been doing very well, as far as I can tell, as far as everyone can tell. He has gotten a couple, along with a bunch of his teammates. That's pretty fun to watch.
In our last 2 tournaments, I've gone 2 MVPs.
So he got a Player of the Game award, MVP, and a couple of his other teammates have gotten a couple of those as well. We had, it was pretty funny actually, the game that they won on the Saturday to go 1-1. Our one kid on the team, Cope, he's been kind of on the struggle bus with the bat, and he walked up and he's just like, were the bases loaded? Or
No, it
was a walk-off.
Yeah, it was tie game, and then
tie game, and he absolutely crushed the ball and burned the outfield, and ball went all the way to the fence. And so there's like Will, Cope, Linden, Cash, Caden's getting pretty fast. There's like five of them, six of them that are like pretty fast when they're running the bases, and he hit the ball, and you could just hear all of us parents and all the kids run as hard as we could, and little Cope, he cruised around the bases and wound up getting a home run to send the boys into the Sunday, and that's when they got the hardware. So that's been baseball down here, West Texas. And this young man on the other side of training, he joins me in the mornings once in a while, and in the evenings once in a while we go for runs. What's that been like since your old man likes jogging? What's that like, running with the run crew and meeting all these other people?
I like it. I like when I was doing the 12-week program, training for the half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
I liked, since it was summertime, at least when I could go back to sleep after waking up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, so
But it's been fun running with all the run crew and everyone.
we started, I challenged him. There's a half marathon in Midland every year called the Energy City Race, and the Midland Run Crew does a 12-week training program that you can get ready, and you meet up with these people 4 days a week?
4
or 3 days a week, either way. And that is my favorite thing I've ever done, is this training program. You gain a new respect and a new set of friendships for all these people that sign up for this 12-week program, and you get to see everyone progress from the beginning, very much just like watching him play baseball and get better. We show up and we're all like, all right, we're gonna do our first 3-mile run together, and we all just, we ran 9 or 10 minute miles, and then by the week 10 and 9-10, you're running like 7.5, 8-minute miles, and carrying on conversations with people, and everybody can just see everyone getting so much faster and so much better. And then we showed up, and this one set a goal. You tired?
A little bit.
This one set a goal for the Energy City half to try and do a half marathon in
under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours. So we were running with our pacer. We started off with our teammates. We started off with Luciano and Edna and Aiden. And us two. And with the 2 hour and 5 minute marker guy. And I think that was Luciano was the 2:05 guy, actually, pacing. And then we stayed there for, I think, 3 miles for like the first 5K or 3 miles. And then we decided to push and get up to the 2 hour marker dude and stay with him. And we were getting pretty cooked up on just our energy. And he was just 12.
It was just back and forth. Like, it would go kind of far ahead of him, and then he would go ahead of us, and then just back and forth the whole time.
We were staying pretty close to him, and then it was at the very last water aid station, which was approximately the last 3 miles or the last 5K of the race, and the pacer kind of jogs up to us and goes, "What does your watch say?" I said, "I have no idea. What do you mean?" And he's like, he looks at his, he's like, "My watch says that we're either going to be crossing the finish line bang on 2 hours, or we're going to be 1 minute short." I just went, oh. Well, that's not going to do. So we just hoofed it as hard as we could from that point on. And we got through the first 2 of the last 3 miles, and it was approximately 1 mile away, and 1,600 meters, 1 mile away. And we were just coming up to, we could see the finish line off in we could see where we turned to get to the finish line off in the distance. We had to cross the road, and who did we see? Sally. We seen Sally on the edge screaming at us, "Go, go, go, you're almost there." So we kicked it up to pure high gear as hard as we could. I chased Cash the whole way, and it ended up being way further away than we thought. So we turned the corner and we just kept it pedal to the metal as hard as we could all the way. And we crossed the finish line. We seen Lanita, the VP of the run crew.
She was handing out medals.
She was handing out medals, and she was sitting there and basically caught Cash in a big hug. And I met up with Kylie and Ava were there waiting for us at the finish line, and all Anita said, she's just holding Cash, and he was just like this because we put out as hard as we could. And she just looks at Kylie and says, please go get this boy a banana and a granola bar immediately. But so what's it been like growing up a little bit in West Texas since we've been down here?
I love it.
You love it? What do you love about it?
The people,
Mm-hmm.
and 'cause I got lots of friends down here, lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people call it Cost family now.
Yeah.
And I like the weather way more. The warm weather instead of it snowing.
That part's fair. I agree. I don't have to shovel snow as often.
But that's mostly it. I just like it a lot more than Grand Prairie. The only thing I miss is our family.
Miss Grandma and Grandpa and your cousins.
Yeah.
Aunts and uncles. Yeah, I miss our people too. What's it been like growing up? Being a kid, getting raised by kids. What's that been like?
What do you mean?
Well, your mom and dad are pretty young, respectively. What's that been like, having to venture through this life when your parents are also unsure as they're venturing through this life?
It's fun, because I know you guys always like to go on adventures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys like that My Texas song. You try to get as much as possible knocked off there, so you guys say, let's go for a drive somewhere. Let's go watch the sunset.
That's fair.
Let's go on a hike.
That's fair.
I like when we go to Big Bend every Christmas.
Yeah. Big Bend or somewhere similar to Big Bend, worthy of hikes. We went to Palo Duro Canyon this year.
Yeah.
We took Grandma and Grandpa to the Palo Duro Canyon where the Comanche used to run everything, and that's where they would hunt buffalo. And it is the second biggest canyon in the United States, next to the
Grand Canyon.
Next to the Grand Canyon. But no one ever hears about the Palo Duro very often. Yeah, and then we've gone to Big Bend a couple years in a row. And if you ever get the chance, I highly recommend it. It is in just about every list that you can find. It's in the top 5 places to see the stars, because there's next to no light pollution out there. Thank you for talking with me, my
You're
dude.
welcome.
We'll maybe see you guys tomorrow. 1 mile a day.
1 mile a day.
Bye, guys.